Well, there's nothing that the jet engine noise you can hear in the background can hide right there. The plain thing is, the Second Amendment in America, which is insane, it has to be eliminated. It has to be repealed. It's just 21st century intelligence to look at that ridiculous Second Amendment and its perversion to what it is today and think somehow it's okay. The Second Amendment is a threat to public safety, as we're seeing again and again and again. And they always try and deflect and to say, well, it's some wacko. It's just a wacko, you know. It's mental health, you know. No, it isn't. It's access to guns. That's all it is in the first place. That's the basic issue and the only issue. No guns, no gun murders. No guns, no gun murders. That happened in America. This is insane. What you see in America happening, and they keep trying to deflect, and Congress can't do anything because why not? They get all this money from the National Rifle Association, the NRA. And what's the NRA? Really? Nothing but gun corporations, the manufacturers of guns. And they just want to keep sales going. You know, you're talking a multi-million dollar industry year after year after year, you know. But the plain fact is staring you in a very bloody way. The Second Amendment has to be thrown out. It's over with. That was made in the 1700s. There was look at their history again, and you'll see that it was put in there as partly just to, again, deal with the threat of a slave revolt. There were so many things that were in the American structure of government that were slipped in here, like the Electoral College, by the way, that were really put in there to deal with slavery. And so, you know, you see the perversion of what all that has happened. Now, yeah, sure, they're going to say, oh, there is the American frontier, and all these Americans going out there had to have guns going into the frontier. That's 1700s, 1800s, folks. We're talking about people having firepower that's unbelievable to a person in the 1700s. That the open access to firearms, when you got, you know, a total population of 300 million right there, and you have, you know, look at your records, you already have in America alone over 300 million guns in circulation. One for every little baby, boy and girl, man and woman in America. That's insane. So, of course, with 300 million people, you're going to have people who do ugly, violent things. It's just going to happen. But you exacerbate it. You make it so much worse when you allow open access to 20th century firearms that we even call assault rifles. We call them by what they are. Military-grade violence. There is nothing that validates the existence of the Second Amendment anymore. It's a threat to public safety. And why is it that only me, Daddy Mac, right here, you hear it here on PresidentMac.org on this podcast, I'm the only one who's saying what has to be the reality. You have to work toward repealing completely the Second Amendment. And you got to get rid of the production and the access into the general population of these ridiculous firearms. You're going to just keep reaping the bloody harvest that has been sown by that Second Amendment. No getting around it. No need to stretch it out here with a long podcast of any kind of thing. There's only one resolution that has to be done in the constitutional format, right? The Bill of Rights, your Bill of Rights, Declaration of Independence. That one thing is getting rid of the Second Amendment. Repeal it. Repeal it. Australia correctly got rid of access to guns. Murder rate has gone down. Hey, surprise, surprise. No access to gun, no gun murders. New Zealand, after the right-wing racist nutcase came out and killed all those people in New Zealand just, boom, changed. Said, oh, gun laws have changed. Not going to allow that to happen again. Bam. That was it. That is the action of sanity, to cut off those guns. Because you have to. Look what happens and will continue to happen. You can hear them squawking. Oh, you can hear these Republican gun nuts squawking. Oh, my constitutional right to have a gun. I got to be able to protect myself. I got to go to the Walmart with a gun in my purse because, it's dangerous out there. Look at this insanity of what even the rationale for having a gun is. You're saying that your society, the great America, great with all these freedoms, but you're so scared. It's so dangerous that you got to have a gun. Oh, gosh. You got to have a gun. Oh, boy, you can't go anywhere nowadays. You got to have a gun in your purse. Oh, jeez. And then you have all these dummy things that come because of stand your ground rules. So you can just say to a court later after you killed somebody, I felt threatened. So I pulled my gun and I shot the person. Which has already happened. Two guys get in a kind of a minor traffic brouhaha somewhere in Texas, I think it was. And they get out and they go all huffy macho things about each other. They both pull their guns and they both shot each other and killed each other. Now isn't that a dumbass way to die? They go to a funeral and say, well, how did Uncle Bob die? Well, see, he was really stupid. He just had a minor traffic accident with some other guy, and they got all huffy and puffy, and they both pulled their guns and killed each other. And that was his life. Insane. There is no getting around it, folks. That's insane. And it's happening all the time in America. You hear the big stuff. You hear the big one like this. Remember just a year or two ago, this guy goes into Las Vegas, gets all his, legally purchased high-powered firearms, goes up, and he manages to kill and injure over 500 people. That's insane. That's insanity. It ain't Second Amendment, folks. You got the thing built in there for the pursuit of life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness. You don't got the pursuit of murder, mayhem. You don't. A safe 21st century sanity society is without firearms. Because you don't need them. You're safe. It's okay. There's always going to be some lunatic, folks. And particularly nowadays. Like I say, you got You have millions of people. Never before the population numbers. Well, of course you're going to have people who do violent things. They flip out, they go crazy. Of course they do. Well, you don't exacerbate it by giving them the firepower to kill 50 other people at the same time. That's insane. The only way out is to repeal that Second Amendment. And then all the ramifications that will come about because of that. And when you see the drop in gun violence, drop in gun murders happen, when you drop the thing of, this mother goes into Walmart with her baby, she had a gun in her purse. Yeah. Oh gosh, because geez, she had to, oh gosh, so scary. The little baby is in the cart in the Walmart in the purse. Little baby playing around, opens the purse. Oh, there's the gun. Boom, pulls the trigger and kills the baby. Is killed. Happens. That's insane to have had that happen. Over and over, these events happen in the stupidity of allowing the Second Amendment to continue. So like I said, only Daddy Mac here on PresidentMac.org. Only me is the one who's saying what has to happen to be validated that you're in the 21st century of intelligence and not still limping along in some dark age past of ignorance. Throw out the Second Amendment and come into the light of intelligence.